So I think in the last class we were writing those equations. Like, നമ്മൾ ആ equations note ചെയ്യായിരുന്നു. I hope you are having that paper with you. If you are not, please take that. ആ പേപ്പർ നിങ്ങളുടെ കയ്യിലുണ്ടല്ലോ അല്ലേ? Please take that sheet of paper. Okay, please take that so that you can write a couple of more equations as well. നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ള equations ആണ്. We are just writing that in order to get a quick view on that. So one equation, I think we have written till N0 P0 representation in terms of Ni. I think we have written till that. Now two more expressions were there from this module, first part of this module. That was with respect to N0 represented in terms of Nc. Nc, I hope you remember Nc e raised to minus of Ec minus Ef by Kt. This was another expression. Namala mass action law derivation time we used these expressions. N0 is equal to Nc e raised to minus of Ec minus Ef. This is very important. So Nc is actually the effective density of states. Effective density of states. Effective density of states of electrons. And similarly, you can write P0 as P0 is equal to Nv e raised to minus of Ev minus Ef by Kt, where Nv is the effective density of states. Effective density of states of holes. Or you can say Nc is the effective density of states in the conduction band, and Nv is the effective density of states in the valence band. And at the time of derivation of mass action law, that is for deriving N0 P0 is equal to Ni square, we did many calculations, and in that one step was there where we found the value of N0 P0. N0 P0 also was determined. N0 P0 means we will be multiplying these two expressions, this expression and this expression we will be multiplying, and the result of this multiplication was like this. Is equal to, I hope it is already written, you can just write or note down this. It was Nc Nv e raised to minus Eg by Kt, where Eg is actually the forbidden energy gap, or you can say that Eg is equal to Ec. Forbidden energy gap, that is the difference between Ec and Ev. That is actually forbidden energy gap. So these are the expressions that we need to remember from this module mostly. N0 is equal to Nc e raised to minus of Ec minus Ef by Kt. P0 is equal to Nv into e raised to minus of. Is there any difference in this expression? But എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു error ഉണ്ടോ? Was this expression like this? Any error is there? Nv into e raised to minus. Correction ഉണ്ടോ? Dhyan? Anyone? Any mistake in this expression? Nv into e raised to. നേരത്തെ എങ്ങനെ നോട്ട് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത് ജസ്റ്റ് നോക്കിക്കേ. P naught is equal to Nv into e raised to minus of Ef ആണോ Ev ആണോ? Ef, right? So there is an error. It was Ef. Can correct that. There's a mistake. F minus Ev. Ef minus Ev. Ef minus Ev by Kt. P0 is equal to Nv into e raised to minus of Ef minus Ev then only we will get this multiplication value. So these are all the expressions that you need to understand. Mainly the expressions are, first one is Fermi direct distribution, second one the mass action law, that is N0 P0 is equal to Ni square. Then you have the representation of N0 and P0 in terms of Ni and Ei. Our expression ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. Hope you remember that. N0 is equal to Ni e raised to Ef minus Ei by kT, and P0 is equal to Ni e raised to Ei minus Ef by kT. And now two more expressions, that is for N0 in terms of effective density of states in the conduction band, that is Nc e raised to minus of Ec minus Ef by kT, Nv e raised to minus of Ef minus Ev by kT, and this multiplication result also. Fine. Now you can take your notes so that we can study further. And now the mass action law that we have already learned, which was N0 P0 is equal to Ni square. This is actually the mass action law, where N0 is the equilibrium electron concentration, P0 is the equilibrium hole concentration, and Ni is the intrinsic carrier concentration. But having studied about the excess carriers, the last class related to excess carriers. You know that excess carriers are not generated at equilibrium. They are actually at equilibrium, means we are not applying any external energies other than the temperature. Okay, the temperature is there, but we are not even applying the light. Appam ഒരു ഇക്വിലിബ്രിയത്തിലുള്ള വാല്യൂ നമ്മൾ ഫൈൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, that is the material will be kept in a dark space. ഒരു dark സ്പേസിൽ വെച്ചിട്ടായിരിക്കും ഈ equilibrium concentration values നമ്മൾ find. Then only we can say that no external energies are applied on the material other than the temperature. Okay, that is a concept. But when we are applying the light, that will be an external energy. നമ്മൾ ഒരു സാമ്പിൾ ഒരു dark space in, when we bring that to light, that means that we are applying some sort of energy. What sort of energy? We are applying light. Light is a form of energy. Then what happens when the sample is exposed to light? What happens? Excess carriers will be generated. Excess carriers means carriers other than the equilibrium concentration, or carriers other than the equilibrium concentration, which means that when an external energy is applied to a sample, the concentration will be moving away from the equilibrium value. Then the concentration value will not be N0 and P0. When we apply some external energy, say for example, if you are applying light to a sample, then the concentration values will change from this N0 and P0. So this relation will not be satisfied in cases other than equilibrium conditions. Equilibrium condition മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് ഇത് satisfy ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റൂ. So when excess carriers are present, നമ്മൾ equilibrium നിന്ന് മാറ്റി ഒരു sort of energy apply ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ excess carriers will obviously come. When the excess carriers are present, what happens to the Fermi level? Fermi level will also change. Then we cannot represent the Fermi level as EF. Here you write like EC, EC. Then here you will be having EV, and you will mark your Fermi here. Fermi level you will be marking here, right? This was the usual representation. EI will be somewhere in the middle of energy band gap. This was usually the representation for N-type semiconductor. But what happens is, but this happened, or this figure is okay only in the case of thermal equilibrium. There is no external energy applied. But if you are applying external energy, there will be the presence of excess carriers, and as a result of that, the Fermi levels will be changed, and they will be called as, now here thermal equilibrium, these are called Fermi levels. But in case of excess carriers, the Fermi levels are termed as quasi-Fermi levels. Quasi-Fermi levels. In the case of in the presence of excess carriers, in the presence of excess carriers, the carrier concentrations cannot be represented by equilibrium Fermi level. In the presence of excess carriers, the carrier concentration cannot be represented in terms of equilibrium Fermi level. Separate Fermi levels are required to express the electron and hole concentrations. In the presence of excess carriers, you cannot represent the carrier concentrations in terms of equilibrium Fermi level. Equilibrium Fermi level. But separate Fermi levels are required to express, and those Fermi levels are called quasi-Fermi levels. are called quasi-Fermi levels. So electron quasi-Fermi level is usually represented as Fn, and whole quasi-Fermi level is represented as Fp. I will just show you in the figure. So here we will not be writing EF. We can write this EF only in the case of thermal equilibrium. If we are having excess carriers, we will represent it as Fn. And here you cannot write it as EF in the case of holes. You need to write Fp. EF that will be changed as Fn and Fp. That's the only change in terms of expression. So these are quasi-Fermi levels. Remember that the Fermi level concept is working, or equilibrium Fermi level EF concept will be working only in the case of thermal equilibrium. If you are applying some external source of energy, then the electron and hole concentrations will change from equilibrium value, and these concentrations can be expressed only in terms of the quasi-Fermi levels Fn and Fp. Okay, now we need to know how we express these things. So excess carriers illa equilibrium case anengil, I am writing the equilibrium, which you already know. Equilibrium case anengil, you will be writing like this. N0 you will be writing as Ni. This already you know, Ni e raised to E F minus Ei by Kt. This is your equilibrium concentration, equilibrium electron concentration. If you need to write whole concentration, you will write P0 is equal to Ni e raised to Ei minus Ef by, it's not negative, it's by Kt. This is the equilibrium concentration, equilibrium electron and hole concentration value. Now, as I mentioned, these will not be the concentrations if you are applying some external energy. In that case, your concentration value changes as N. You can write it as N, since this 0 not N not represented for equilibrium cases. If it is not equilibrium, you just represent it as N. So excess carriers, if there are excess carriers, you represent the electron concentration as N is equal to Ni e raised to, we just need to do just one thing. You just replace this EF by Fn. You just replace the EF by Fn, quasi-Fermi level. You write it as Fn minus Ei by Kt. When does this happen? This happens in the cases where the sample is exposed to some sort of energy. And P you can write it as Ni e raised to E expression. In this expression, you replace EF by Fp. Ei minus Fp by Kt. This is Ei. Okay. Ei minus Fp by Kt. So these are the expressions of electron and hole concentrations when there is deviation from equilibrium. Equilibrium, these are the two expressions. If it is not equilibrium, if you are applying some sort of energy, these will be the expressions for electron and hole concentration. We have done nothing other than replacing the EF in this expression with Fn and Fp. N in the case, we replaced EF by Fn, and in case of P, we replaced EF by Fp. That's the only difference that you have done in the expressions. But the concept wise, you understood that equilibrium concentration will change if you are applying some sort of energy, and these concentrations can be expressed only in terms of the quasi-Fermi levels, which are Fn and Fp, and you can represent that in the figure also. Is the concept clear? Okay, fine. These questions are, this can be asked in, I think the last question paper. Let me just check. 3 marks, 4 marks question like that, this can be asked. 4 mark question. You will be having multiple questions in a single question for A, B, and also in A, it can be asked for 4 mark question. Brief about quasi-Fermi levels. Then you need to mention all these things. Quasi-Fermi levels will come only in the presence of excess carriers. Excess carriers will come only when there is deviation from the equilibrium. That is, we are applying some sort of external energy. That energy can be optical energy also. We can just expose the sample to the light. That can also be a deviation. In such cases, electron and hole concentrations can be represented in terms of Fn and Fp, which are called the quasi-Fermi levels. Okay, so that's the concept. നമ്മളൊരു കാര്യം നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, ഈ this N0 and this N, how is it different? This N0 is actually equilibrium concentration, equilibrium electron concentration value. That is N0, equilibrium electron concentration value. When there is excess carrier, it becomes what? N0 plus the equilibrium, I mean N0 plus the excess electron concentration, delta N. That is actually the new concentration N. നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട് excess carriers പറയുന്ന സമയത്ത്. Similarly, P can be represented as P0 plus the excess carriers that was generated, delta P. This we have already written. N and P. Okay, is that clear? Clear അല്ലേ നിഖിൽ? സയൻസ് പ്രസന്റ് അല്ലേ? Okay. So, one second. I think almost our first module is coming to an end. Yeah, we need to just do some more problems. That is only left behind. Quasi-Fermi levels is the last topic in that module. We have covered elemental and compound we started from which topic? Elemental and compound semiconductors. I hope you remember those things. Elemental and compound semiconductors, then intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductors, concept of effective mass, effective fermions. Fermions is a term that I forgot to mention at that time. Fermions, you can just note, there is only one sentence with respect to that. Fermions. Fermions. So any materials which satisfy the Fermi-Dirac distribution function, any material which satisfies the Fermi-Dirac distribution function is called as a fermion. Okay. Any particle which satisfies or which works in comply with the Fermi-Dirac distribution. Fermi-Dirac distribution applicable ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഏത് മെറ്റീരിയൽസിനെ നമ്മൾ fermions എന്ന് പറയും. That's only required in that case. Then we have seen the energy band diagram. You can write that. Okay. Particles which satisfy the Fermi-Dirac distribution are called fermions. Then density of states, then equilibrium concentration of electrons and holes, then excess carriers in semiconductor. Excess carriers in the case, we need to study the generation and the recombination mechanisms. 4 recombination mechanisms were there. I hope you remember the 4 recombination mechanisms. We started with direct band-to-band recombination. Then we had indirect recombination via deep energy levels in the energy gap. Then we had 2 more that we learned yesterday. It was Auger recombination and trap-aided Auger recombination. And these were the 4 different methods of recombination of excess carriers. And in generation, you have studied about the optical generation process. Whenever a material is exposed to light. So with that, we have come to an end of the first module. And one more thing, when you come tomorrow, I'll be giving some questions, problems. I will be giving some problems. So learn these expressions and come. And it will be like a test. A test will like problems. Problems along with that, mass action law derivation. Okay, you need to learn only mass action law derivation and the expressions that you have written in the paper right now. If you paper എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ള expressions along with that, you should learn the derivation of mass action law. N0 P0 is equal to Ni square in the derivation. There will be a test. I have 2 hours tomorrow. 1 hour I will be doing that test. And that will be your first assignment. Tomorrow's that test will be considered as your first assignment. I will not be giving any other questions for that. Assignment at where questions we will complete that in the class itself. Fine. So one more question you need to note. So this was your question. This is your question paper from 2019 question paper, solid state devices. So in that, you can see a 5-mark question out here. Calculate the Hall and intrinsic carrier. See, that is asked for 5 marks. This question if you know the expressions. Calculate the Hall and you just note this question. Can note this question. Calculate the Hall and intrinsic carrier concentrations. Sketch band diagram. Given NC is given 10 raised to 19 per centimeter cube, NV is given 5 into 10 raised to 18 per centimeter cube, EG, that is forbidden energy gap, is given 2 electron volt. T is given. Note that T is given as 900 Kelvin. If it was 300 Kelvin, our job would have been easier. If it was 300 Kelvin, KT in the value, if it was 300 Kelvin, what will be the value of KT? If it was 300 Kelvin, what will be the value of KT? .026, but unfortunately it is not. T is not 300 Kelvin. Either sometimes it will be mentioned in the question like at thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium is 300 Kelvin. If it is given like thermal equilibrium, we can directly apply the value of KT as he mentioned 0.026. Okay, but here unfortunately the T value is 900 Kelvin. So you need to directly find the value of KT by using 8.6 into 10 raised to minus 5. So try to do this. Try to do this question. You write the question and try to do this. The values you need to find are intrinsic carrier concentration, that is Ni, and Hall value, that is P0. These two things you need to find. The expressions that we have written in that paper can be utilized. Expressions just try to do this. Okay, have you written the question? Question കഴിഞ്ഞോ? Have you completed writing the question? എല്ലാവരും question എഴുതി കഴിഞ്ഞോ? Girls ആരൊന്നും മിണ്ടാത്ത? Okay, fine. Okay. First, note down the values which are given in the question. Note down the values which are given in the question. This should be the process whenever you are attempting a problem. First, note down the values, then you will get some idea. You are given NC as 10 raised to 19 per centimeter. 10 raised to 19. You have NV as 5 into 10 raised to 18. 5 into 10 raised to 18 per centimeter cube. Then you are having EG, that is forbidden energy gap, is given as 2 electron volt. Then you have temperature given as 900 Kelvin. Then finally you are given N0, that is equilibrium electron concentration, is given as 10 raised to 17 per centimeter cube. So these are values which are given. So what should be the expression that we need to use here? ഏതായിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ട expression? Final expression that we have written that list. ആ ലിസ്റ്റിൽ നമ്മൾ എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ള final expression. Just check that expression. What was that? That expression was N0 P0 is equal to NC NV e raised to minus EG by KT. This was the expression that we have written finally. അല്ലെ ഇപ്പൊ ആ ലിസ്റ്റിൽ നമ്മൾ എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ള final expression was N0 P0 is equal to NC NV e raised to minus EG by KT. So you just check whether you know all these values. You know the value of NC, you know the value of NV, you know the value of EG. KT can be found out by applying 8.62 into 10 raised to minus 5 into 900. You will get the value of KT also. So this right hand side, you know all these values, and along with that, you know the value of N0 also, so that you can directly find the value of P0. That can be directly found out. From this itself, you can find the value of Ni. How will you write? ഈ എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ കണ്ടിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഇക്വേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ തോന്നുന്നുണ്ടോ? This will be further equal to what? N0 P0 is equal to NC NV e raised to minus EG by KT. This will be further equal to what? എന്തിനോട് ഈക്വൽ ആയിരിക്കും ഇത്? This will be equal to anyone? Ni square, exactly. We know that N0 P0 is equal to Ni square. So this expression will be further equal to Ni square. So if we need to find the value of Ni കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്താൽ മതി? ഈ പറയുന്ന expression, the value you get over here, you just take the root of that so that you will get the Ni value. If you are applying in this expression where you know about N0, you can find the value of P0. You just divide this value by N0. So initially you just need to find this value, NC NV e raised to minus EG by KT. After that, you take the root of that value, then you will get Ni. You divide that value with N0, you will get the value of P0. Is that clear? You can do that. Try to do that. Mathematics മാത്രമാണ്, വേറെ ഒന്നും ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. You know the expression, you can directly apply the values and you can directly solve the expression. First, tell me the value of Ni. Okay. First, tell me the value of Ni. You can get that value by taking the root of this term. This term in the root, you will get the value of Ni. Just tell me that value. Ni will be equal to. Do it properly. Don't make mistakes. E raised to minus is there. Minus Eg by KT. Those who got the answer can type. Anas ചെയ്യല്ലേ? അനുഗ്രഹ, അനശ്വര എല്ലാരും ചെയ്യല്ലേ? Are you there? Anas ഉണ്ടല്ലോ അല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ, പെട്ടെന്ന് ചെയ്യണേ. Find the value of Ni. ഈ വാല്യൂ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഏതാണ്? 1.03 into 10⁻26 എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് that is the value of, is that Ni or Ni square? ഈ പ്രൊഡക്റ്റിന്റെ വാല്യൂ ആണ് നീ പറഞ്ഞത്. You just told me this value, right? NC NV e raised to minus EG by KT. Okay, fine. So I need ni. Ni വേണമെങ്കിൽ you just need to take the square root. Now you told me this value, right? That was what was the value? Can you just tell once again? Let me just. This value was equal to 1.03, right? 1.03 ആണ് എല്ലാവർക്കും കിട്ടിയത് ഈ product NCNV e raised to minus EG by KT. Girls, Neha, what is the value? So in the answer key, it is given like 1.ni value is given as ni is equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to 13 per centimeter cube. Approximately ഇതാണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നത് 1.8 or 1.3 whatever it be. 1.0 ആയിരിക്കില്ല 1.8 എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ it should be somewhere around that. 1.8 into 10 raised to 13 per centimeter cube. നിങ്ങൾ വേറെ അപ്രോക്സിമേഷൻസ് ഒന്നും എടുത്തിട്ടില്ലല്ലോ ഈ എക്സാക്ട് വാല്യൂസ് വെച്ച് തന്നെ ചെയ്യണം. So everybody getting which value? Okay, I haven't seen your chat. Okay. 1.10 raised to 13 correct ആണ് അനശ്വർ അതൊന്നുകൂടെ നീ നോക്കിയാൽ 10 raised 1.01 തന്നെ എല്ലാവർക്കും വരുന്നത് അല്ലേ? എല്ലാവർക്കും അത് തന്നെ വരുന്നത്. അനുഗ്രഹ് സായം ചെയ്തോ? Everyone getting like this? ഇത് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റർ എൻ്റെ ഇല്ല, നിങ്ങൾ തന്നെയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. There should not be any error in that. Okay, if it is like that, okay, fine, no issues. Take it as 1.01 itself. If you are getting like that, take it as 1.01 into 10 raised to 13 itself, no issues, per centimeter cube. Can take this. Ni will be this value. Now you need to find the value of P0. Just need to find the value of P0. You know that this value, that is NCN, you know the value of NCNV e raised to minus EG by KT. Divide that value by P0. Sorry, N0, so that you will get the value of P0. Anyone? കിട്ടിയില്ലേ? .98 അല്ലടാ, എന്തോ ഒരു എറർ ഉണ്ട്. N0 വാല്യൂ എത്ര അറിയാലോ? 10 raised to 17 ആണ്. അപ്പൊ എന്തായാലും ഈ 10 raised to 20 എന്തായാലും വരില്ല. കാരണം on the upper side you will be having 10 raised to what? 23, 26 അങ്ങനെ എന്തോ ആയിരുന്നു. 26 എന്തോ ആയിരുന്നു. ദിസ് വാല്യൂ യു ഹാവ് ഓൾറെഡി ഫൗണ്ട് അല്ലേ? ഈ വാല്യൂ നിങ്ങൾ ഓൾറെഡി ചെയ്തതാണ്. അതേ ഡിവൈഡ് ബൈ 10⁻17 ചെയ്താൽ മതി. ഇത്ര സമയം എടുക്കും അതിന്. ഇത് നിങ്ങൾ ഓൾറെഡി ഫൈൻഡ് ചെയ്ത വാല്യൂ ആണ്. NC/NV - EG/kT. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഓൾറെഡി ഫൗണ്ട് ഔട്ട്. ജസ്റ്റ് നീഡ് ടു ഡിവൈഡ് ദാറ്റ് വാല്യൂ ബൈ N0. എടാ ഇതിൽ പറ, എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ ഇതാക്കി പറ. അല്ല 1033 അല്ല, 10⁻⁴ പറയണേ ആൻസർ പറയുമ്പോൾ. ബട്ട് ദിസ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് ദ ആൻസർ. സം എറർ ഈസ് ഷോയിങ്. എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇങ്ങനെ തന്നെയാണ് കിട്ടുന്നത്. ഓരോ ആൻസർ ആണല്ലോ വരുന്നത്. 4.981033. ഇത്രയും ഡിഫറൻസ് വരുമോ? ഇങ്ങനെ തന്നെ വരുന്നത് അല്ലേ? ലെറ്റ് മീ ചെക്ക് വിത്ത് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റർ. ഐ വിൽ ചെക്ക് വിത്ത് കാൽക്കുലേറ്റർ ആൻഡ് ടെൽ യു. ഞാനത് ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ പറയാം. ഓക്കെ, ഫൈൻ. യു ക്യാൻ മാർക്ക് യുവർ അറ്റൻഡൻസ്. വി വിൽ ഡിസ്കസ് ദിസ് ഇൻ ദ നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ്. Can mark your attendance. Just type your 1.01 10⁻². അല്ലടാ, അങ്ങനെയല്ല വരുന്നത്. എറർ ഉണ്ട്. ഐ വിൽ ജസ്റ്റ് ചെക്ക് ദാറ്റ് ഇൻ ദ കാൽക്കുലേറ്റർ. ആൻസർ വരുന്നത് 3.3 into 10⁻9. അങ്ങനെയാണ് ആൻസർ വരുന്നത്. P0 വാല്യൂ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ എറർ വരാൻ സാധ്യതയില്ല. കാരണം യുവർ N0 P0 വാല്യൂ വാസ് 10⁻23 സംതിങ്. 10⁻23 ഡിവൈഡ് ബൈ 10⁻17 എന്തായാലും വരും. സോ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി 10 it was 10⁻26 divided by 10⁻17. So it will be around 10⁻9 or something like that. Some value multiplied by 10⁻9 is actually the answer. Should be the answer. Exact answer is 3.3 into 10⁻9. അതാർക്കെങ്കിലും കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടോ? 3 point something into 10⁻9. Anybody? Yeah, 3.1. That will be correct. 3.1. 10⁻19 is, I mean 10⁻9 is there, right? 1.03 അല്ലടാ, അതിലെന്തോ ഒരു error. I feel some error there. Exact answer should be 3 into 10⁻9. It has to be somewhere around 3 into 10⁻9. We'll check that in the next class. No issues. Understood. Now you can mark your attendance. Roll number 1, which? Roll number 1, you can type. Okay. Anas present. Then. Okay. Hmm. Eight. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you.